Okay, so you're looking for the best Kontakt libraries to use and you came to the right place. First up, we have choir Omnia by Native Instruments. This is a powerful 40-piece choir of 4 independent sections: soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So this is what it will look like inside of Kontakt. You have the keys feature and the sequencer feature here. Both of them come with presets. With the sequencer feature, each preset comes with its own BPM. Down here, you'll see the sustain, marcato, staccato, and staccato. Each one has a symbol next to it, which represents these symbols that you'll see underneath of these notes here. That middle dial can really add character to it. With the sequencer as well, you can create your own sequences. So as you can see here, the staccato sign is this triangle looking thing, so you can add that to them to make them all staccato if you want. I think it sounds best when you layer all of the libraries on top of each other. Obviously, sound design it so they fit together and they're not all just popping out all over the place. But I think you get the best rich sound when you layer them. So next up is the Requiem Professional by Jade. If you don't already have this, I would suggest you wait for it to go on sale. At the moment, it's like $400, which is obviously a lot of money. I actually got this for like $35, I think it was, when it was on sale. So they were always having sales. So it's up to you if you wait or if you've got the budget just to buy it. I think the library itself is pretty old, and I think you can tell by the quality of the GUI. Don't get me wrong, the animations look cool with the candles and whatnot, but I think you can tell by just the aesthetic in general. It was made a while ago. It has a ton of presets in the library, but this is the vowel sustain for women. Don't get me wrong, there are loads of cheaper options, but this is just my preference and which I think sounds good in my productions. So next up is the Soft String Textures by Dan Keen. The soft string textures is formed of a solo violin, viola, and cello. This is what it looked like inside of Kontakt. You have a few different presets here. What I love about this is the movements in it. You can hear it moving all of the time, gives it such rich character. So next up is Duets by Native Instruments. It's normally £44, but they're doing a sale at the moment where you can get this Music Essential bundle for just £49. So you get that Duets library as well as a bunch of other libraries here as well, which is a bargain. So if you're going to get it, now is the best time. There's like 9 days left, probably a week left after this video goes out. The Duets is a hybrid vocal and keys instrument. Multi-sampled vocals meets synths and keys for that high gloss pop, hip hop, and R&B sound. This is what it looked like inside of your DAW. With a lot of these libraries in the Play series, there's always an A and a B where you can add 2 sounds together. So if you go to the riff and run section here, you'll find a lot of the vocals. What I like to do is just go to one that I like the sound of. See how that sounds. So today's video is sponsored by DistroKid. If you don't know, DistroKid is the best at getting your music onto all of the online streaming services like Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, the list goes on and on and on. What I love about DistroKid is that they always strive for more. So just over the last year, they've implemented so many new features to their service. Like recently, they have implemented this instant share feature where you can share files to one another, which is pretty cool. Another new feature is their playlister feature where you can find contacts to get your music on playlists, and all of that is on top of the features they already have, like hyperfollow and promo cards. So if you do want to join myself and thousands of others by joining DistroKid, feel free to use my 7% discount code. It's in the description below. So next up is Spaghetti Western by Fluffy Audio. It's a unique library inspired by the Sergio Leone trilogy and the typical soundscapes of what most famous spaghetti Western movies sound like. This is what it looks like inside of your DAW. What I use the most is the trumpet and maybe the choir as well. It also has an awesome classic guitar in here as well. Comes with loads of sounds, as you can see here on the screen. So if you do want to get that, I'll leave it in the description below with everything else. So next up is the Solo Cello by Spitfire Audio. This is their most advanced cello performance instrument. A lot of these will work in the free Kontakt player, but there are a few that only work in the paid Kontakt as well. So just bear that in mind. This is what it looked like inside of Kontakt. So just a few dials here to change the sound up, however you might want to do that. And we can hear it gliding from note to note, which gives it extra character as well. If you hit down on the keys, it'll give you like a staccato type of sound. Next up is the Foundation series by Heaviosity. These are free. It comes with a choir, synth bass, nylon guitar, piano, and staccato strings. They all sound pretty awesome, to be honest. So this is what the library will look like. Click here for the presets, and you can click down the sides here to tweak it. How cool does that reverse sound? That sounds so good. So next up is the Electric Sunburst by Native Instruments, a perfectly captured playable electric guitar. This is what it looked like inside of your DAW. Comes with so many presets, rhythms and things like that. As you can see it right here. I actually used this in one of my releases on Spotify, which is pretty awesome. So here are the notes that I played for that. It's just A, F, C, G. How awesome does that sound? Just with one note. If you want to check out that tune, it's called Older. I'll put it in the description below. Then I just layered that with the same melody, but an octave down. I added a few effects like reverb. So next up is Jade Evolutions by Strezov Sampling. Strezov Sampling has to be one of my favorite companies for Kontakt libraries. They actually helped Native Instruments make that first choir library that I showed you guys. So this is what it looked like inside of Kontakt. It's an ethnic type of sounding library. Comes with this XY type of pad here in the middle where you can push it towards one side. There's 4 sounds here, as you can see, which you can take out and replace with other sounds. Comes with a bunch of presets also here in the browser. Presets for every mood. sounds amazing. Sounds absolutely awesome on that emotional type of production, but you can use it in any production really. There's a ton of sounds in here for any kind of production that you're going to be working on. So next up is the Orchestra Complete Free by Sonascore. This will contain multiple libraries, like you have the Orchestra, Horns of Hell, Strings of Winter, the Woods of the Wild. And this is what it looks like inside of Kontakt. Click in the middle here and you've got so many different choices with the sound selection. This is what the default sound would sound like. And if you didn't like some sounds in there, you can just mute them and just take them out and keep the ones that you do want. Let's try a different preset. What's cool about this is obviously it will make slight adjustments to the MIDI that you've gave it. But if you do want this MIDI to use on third-party plugins, just simply drag it and drop it into your DAW and it will give you all of the MIDI tracks like right here. This library is very expensive, so if you don't have the budget for that, let's try something that's absolutely free. It's called the Free Orchestra by Project Sam. It comes with orchestral string staccatos, heroic horns, luminous choirs, etc, etc. This is what it looks like inside of your DAW. Click here and you have a ton of instruments to choose from. Let's try the violins and then you can play them together. Sounds pretty cool. The ones that I like to use is the heroic horn. Sounds very, very awesome. Also, these ghostly clusters sound awesome. Sounds like it's straight from a horror movie. You might think, Dixon, that's fine and dandy, but who has the budget to buy most of these libraries? You're absolutely right. If you are looking for free Kontakt libraries, you can click this video right here. We are so close to 80,000 subscribers. We're going to do a massive giveaway. I've been Dixon. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you in this video here.